Okay, awesome. Okay, so we'll get started. Okay. So first thing you have to download Python. Okay. You have to
Okay.
download Python and install. So this is Python homepage, python.org. Okay.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
initially, if you do not want to install any software, we can even do programming in Google Colab.
Okay.
Okay. So if you are using Google Colab, you don't have to download any software. Okay. Directly go to the Google, you type Colab. Okay. Actual
Okay.
website is collab.research.google.com. You don't have to remember, just type Colab. And the first link that you get in Google search is the Colab page.
Okay.
Okay. So this is collab.research.google.com. Okay. Uh, if you're already connected through your Gmail, you need to have Gmail account for this. Okay. So if
Okay.
you're already connected, it will take you directly to the Collab. Otherwise, it will ask you to enter your login page. Okay. Your
Okay.
login ID, Google login ID. It needs Google login ID. Okay.
Okay.
Then you go and click on new notebook.
Okay.
Okay. You click on new notebook, you will get a screen. Okay, which is coming up. First time it takes some time. Okay, it is hosted on Google servers. Okay,
Okay.
so first time it will take you some time, and then once you're logged in, you're ready to start doing your programming. So this is your Google Colab page. Okay,
Okay.
this is the file name. You can call it whatever. I can call it, let's say, May 2023. Okay, that's the file name.
Okay.
Now, in the box that you see here, rectangle box, this is where we write our program. Okay. So
Okay.
here you say print bracket open hello. Okay. So when you say print bracket open hello, and now when you run it, okay, so this button that you see, you have to
Okay.
click this button to run it. Okay. And it takes some time for Python to run. So this is only first time. Next
Okay.
time onwards, it will be fast. Only first time when you connect, it will take some time. And your programs are automatically saved also in your Google Drive.
Okay.
So you don't even have to save your program. Automatically, programs will be saved. You can download it. If you want, you can go to File and you can say Download. You can download .py file or .ipnyb file. Okay. Better to
Okay.
download as py file. So you can download and keep it py file.
Okay.
Okay. So see, output is displayed here, hello. So this is the first command that we're going to learn in Python. It's called print. Okay. Python
Okay.
is case sensitive programming language. Case sensitive programming language means the capital and small letter has a separate different meaning. Okay.
Okay.
Capital and small letters have different meaning. Okay. That means um, if you write P capital, it will give you a different meaning altogether. If you give P capital, it will give you different meaning. Okay. So
Okay.
we are not supposed to give capital. Okay. It is small print.
Okay.
Okay. So this is print command. Now print is also called as your, it's not also called as, it is a function. Okay. So it is called as inbuilt function. Now inbuilt function are like function which has a special meaning associated with it. Okay. So if I tell you speak, so you know what speak means, isn't it? You'll start speaking. If I tell you run, you'll start running because there is a meaning that is associated with speak, run, right? Which we understand.
Yes.
Similarly, there is a special meaning that is associated with print, which means print it onto the screen. So Python will not ask you what is mean by print because Python already knows what print means. So print will help you to print it onto the screen. Okay, that is
Okay.
predefined meaning, and that's why
Okay.
Python knows what it means. Okay, and it will help you to, or it will print the content onto the screen. So every function is followed by a bracket open and close. So whenever I say print, you should always put print like this. Print, bracket open and close. You should always say print, bracket open and close. Why? Because it means, okay, print, bracket open and close. This is how you write a function. This is how you write a function. Print, bracket open and close. Okay?
Okay.
So this, so see this, just like in our natural language, okay, when you talk about Hindi, English, Marathi, you know, we have grammar, right?
Yes.
What does grammar mean? Grammar means the rules of writing or speaking a language, right? So when we
Yes.
say we are learning grammar, because those are the rules and we have to follow the rules. No questions asked the rule. So in programming language, we call it as syntax. Okay. So the rules are called as syntax in programming language. So when you talk about programming language, you have to follow the rules or syntax. So syntax of any function is simple bracket open and close. Okay. So whenever I say print is a function, so you will write print bracket open and close, simple bracket open and close. This is how you write a function. Okay. So the job of print is to display whatever you give inside print onto the screen. Job of print is to print whatever you give inside print onto the screen. Okay. So if I say inside this, if I say 5 plus 3, okay, now I click on run. So you get 8. 5 plus 3. So it, okay, it solved it, it found answer for 5 plus 3 and it says 8. So 8 is displayed onto your screen. Okay. Now there's another concept here of giving the content in a quotation. So see, when I give 5 plus 3 without quotation, it will solve the problem. It's like a problem. It solves the problem and gives you output 8. Now
Your
here,
your screen is not clearly appearing.
my screen is not appearing. It should be appearing.
It
No?
is not visible to me.
एक बार फिर से ट्राई करो क्या अशोक? इट इज विजिबल टू मी, आई कैन सी क्लियरली.
हाँ, मुझे नहीं दिखाई दे रहा है, मुझे वो ब्लर दिखाई दे रहा है.
हाँ क्या?
आप इंटरनेट का प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं हो सकता? ब्लर, एक सेकेंड, टेक्स्ट को देखता हूँ मैं कुछ,
क्योंकि मुझे तो काफी क्लियर दिखाई दे रहा है.
एक काम करता हूँ, मैं एक बार स्टॉप करके फिर से शेयर करता हूँ.
ठीक है.
अब दिख रहा है क्या आपको?
हाँ, दिख रहा है.
Okay. Okay. So print without quotation. See here, I put 5 plus 3 in the bracket without putting any quotation. I just, you see, print and bracket is part of the definition itself. Syntax, जो हमने बात किया था. Inside this, I said 5 plus 3. So what Python is doing? Python is solving. Okay. And it is trying to solve and give you the answer 8. Now, next line, what I have done, I have said print 5 plus 3 in quotation. Okay. Now, when I say in quotation, what happens, you see? It prints as it is. Okay. So when you, use 5 plus 3 in quotation or any content in quotation, Python will print as it is. Okay. The print will print as it is. But when you do not give in quotation, then it will try to find the solution for it. Okay, then it will try to find solution for it. If you give in quotation, so important thing, okay, remember this. When you give something in quotation, it will print as it is. If you do not give in quotation, it will try to solve and then give you the output. Okay,
Okay.
so we have learned print with quotation and without quotation. Okay, and this is called Google Colab. You can immediately you can start programming without installing any software. But let's say if you want to install software, okay, now to work with this, you have to connect to Colab. You need to be online, right? You cannot practice without internet because program is being done on the Google servers. So if you want to have your local version where your files will be saved locally in your machine, you download and install Python. So you have to download two software. First is Python. So this is the Python homepage, python.org. If you don't remember, you type Python in Google. The first link is python.org. Okay, so you will go to python.org. In python.org, you have downloads here. Okay, so here you see download for Windows, or you can download if you're using Mac or any other platform. You can download Python for different platforms. So you say Python Windows, click on it. I'm not going to click it because I already have 2-3 versions. So when you click on it, this is going to install python.exe. Okay. So click on it, it will download exe. Okay. And let me see if I have exe in my download folder. I can show you. I think it's not there. Let me just see if I can find out. Okay, I don't have it, but yeah, I mean, it's simple, right? Any software that you install, right? It is like installing any software. It will download and double click on it. I'll share a video also. Okay.
Okay.
So if you go to this website, learn.swapnil.pw, okay, and click on Python. So here I have put some initial information which you can actually read through it. Okay, learn.swapnil.pw and click on Python and click on Python installation. Okay, if you click on Python installation, these are the steps. Okay, so when you download, let's say 3.9.5 will get downloaded, and this is the video. Okay, this video will tell you how to install and download. You can try this.
Okay.
Okay, very easy, just like installing any software.
Okay.
So when you download and install this, and let me share the entire screen. Okay, once you download it, okay, you go to command prompt CMD. Okay, and you can type anywhere Python. If you type, you should see triple angular bracket, greater than, greater than, greater than.
Okay.
When you see this triple greater than sign, that means your Python installation is successful.
Okay.
Okay, that means your Python installation is successful and you can do program in it.
Okay.
Okay, so same thing I'll show you here. Print bracket open 5 plus 3, 5 plus 3, okay, 8. Print quotation 5 plus 3. Okay, now you hit, you get the value that you give, right? This is what we have seen. So if you are giving without quotation, you are like saying Python, please help me, please solve. Okay. And when you give with the in quotation, it means you are saying repeat. I don't want you to solve, just repeat. So if I ask you what's your name, okay, so you'll give me your name, right? That is like saying without quotation. Okay, what is your name? Okay, so you will give me your name because I'm asking you what's your name. Now, if I put that in quotation, it means I'm asking you to repeat it. So you will tell me what is your name.
Right.
Okay. If I ask you what is your name, You will also tell me what is your name.
Right.
Okay, because I'm asking you to repeat. Okay, so this small difference is important. Okay, especially newcomer, they get a lot of confusion later. Okay, so yes, so same thing we saw in Colab also, right? Here also you see. So this is called Python prompt. So when you download and install Python, okay, and type Python and command prompt, it will open this triple angular bracket, and you can type your program at triple angular bracket. Okay, you can easily type your program here.
Okay.
Now let's say, okay, now this is good. This is, you know, how you install Python. Okay, now what is this? What is this Python software? Okay, why do we need software? See, we need to interact with computer. See, the language, you know, right now we are interacting in English and Hindi because we both understands English and Hindi, right? Now, if
Right.
I have to convey something to you, I have to speak in a language which you know. If you have to convey something to me, you have to speak in a language which I know, right?
Correct.
So we want machine, computer. When I say machine, it is computer. I want computer to work for us. I want computer to add 5 plus 3 to me. Now, if I ask computer to add 5 plus 3 for me, okay, I need to talk in a language which computer understand. Computer doesn't understand English or Hindi. Computer understands only zeros and one, right? Machine, any machine understands only power off, power on. There's nothing else to it. So it is a computer, okay, and it's a machine, and computer understands only power off and power on, okay.
Okay.
So power off, power on, everything has to convert it. Power off is 0, power on is 1. Everything needs to be converted in that language. So when we write this print 5 plus 3, Python is converting what we write into machine level language, so that machine can give you the answer in again binary language, and again it translated back to us. So let's say if I understand only French, I can't speak English and Hindi, let's say. I speak only French. Then what I have to do, then what will you do if you have to talk to me? You will have to hire someone who understands both French and English. Okay. Then you will tell in English, and that person will translate back to me in French. This is what programming languages do. All programming languages, Java, Python, C, C++, any language that you can think of, that's what they do. They take our English command, convert into machine level language, then they take the machine level output and convert into our English language. That's how we are able to make use of computer. If you do not know programming language, you cannot make computer work. Okay. So computer is a machine which understands only zeros and one, and they're powerful. They can work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. They can process data very fast, much faster than what we can do. So it has its own strength. So we want to take benefit of the strength of computer. So very good, you want to take benefit, but then you have to speak the language of computer. We can't speak the language of computer. So let me use a programming language which will take my English command into computer command. So there are two types of converter. Converter means which converts our English commands to machine level command. Okay, you have something called as, I'll write it here. Okay, you have something called as interpreter and compiler. Okay, their job is same thing, convert English command into machine level command, but the way they work is different. Okay, so if I have written 20 lines of code, if I write 20 lines of code, compiler will take all the 20 lines of code and translate into machine level. We will take all the 20 lines of code, okay, and translate into machine level at one time, at one go. Interpreter does line by line. That is the only difference. Okay, so it will take one line. If you write 20 lines of code, it will not wait, it will not translate all the 20 lines. It will take one line, translate into machine level, give you the output of one line. Then it will take second line, translate again, third line, translate again, so on. Okay. So that's how interpreter compiler works. Not much difference, but why we're talking about it here is Python is interpreter. Okay, it does line by line translation. Your compiler, okay, which does like all the language together. Your Java, C++, okay, C#, all these are examples of language which uses compiler. Okay, so they may ask you, okay, Python is a compiler based language or interpreter language. So you'll say it is interpreter language. Java and C++ are different. Okay. Makes sense?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay, so this is basic. Now, so we have seen how to work with Colab. We have seen how to work on Python prompt. Okay, but Python prompt is not very useful. Okay, Python prompt, it's not very powerful. It's not very useful. So what we will do is we will install a software on top of it. Okay, so we'll install software like, okay, we call them as IDE, Integrated Development Environment. Okay, we say IDE, Integrated Development Environment. Now these IDEs are, you can think of it as an advanced editor. You can think of this as an advanced editor. Okay. Okay. So which will make it's so it is an advanced editor. Okay, you can think of it as a notepad with lot of features. Okay, you can think of it as notepad with a lot of features. So what happens is, okay, it makes our programming easy. Okay, so what you see behind my Python prompt, this is called PyCharm. Okay. Okay, PyCharm. Okay, now you can download PyCharm. Okay, so if you go to this page here, okay, the next page after installation, I have spoken about some top, editors like PyCharm, Spider, okay, Visual Studio. You have Visual Studio Code, in fact. So this is Google. This is what we have in Google Colab. Okay, and this is what I use, PyCharm. Okay, there is something called as Visual Studio Code. Okay, Microsoft, that is also free, totally free. Okay, now if you want to use PyCharm, you need to go to, you can type PyCharm download on Google, that is best, or there's a company called as JetBrains. Okay, go to jetbrains.com and download products. So you will see here two options to download. One is this professional edition, which is paid one. Don't download this. The blue one, do not download. Okay, this is paid one. For us to learn, right? For people who wants to learn Python, see what it says is, if you are developing software to make money, then you pay me also. That's what enterprise application is. But if your purpose is to purely learn Python development, then you go with this black option. It's called Community Edition. So Community Edition is totally free, no charge. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, this is totally free. So I use that for training purpose. So if you install it, again, installation is like any other software. If you install, so generally what you do is you install Python first, then you install PyCharm. or any other ID that you want. So what happens is these IDs will know where Python software is. If you install PyCharm first and then Python, then you will have to manually link. Okay, you'll have to manually link PyCharm to the Python. Extra step. Okay, we can do that, not a big deal. It'll take 5 minutes extra. But why to do that? Better you install Python first, then PyCharm. PyCharm will easily find out where your Python is installed using ClassPath, and it will start using. See, it is an editor. PyCharm is not Python. PyCharm is an editor. It still needs Python to work with it.
Okay.
Okay, it needs Python to work with it. It's like editor where you can type, but when you want to run, you have to link it to Python. So that's why you need Python and PyCharm both. So yeah, so okay, I'll show you this one. What you see here is Visual Studio Code. You see my Visual Studio Code? It's written here, Visual Studio Code.
Can you increase your screen size?
Mine is full screen. Can you make it full screen? I don't know.
One
Is it?
minute.
Yeah. When we do actual programming, I'll do in bold. I'm just showing you different screens. So these screens will look like this. When we do programming in PyCharm, I will do in bold and bigger text.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's perfect now.
Yes.
Yes.
So this is called Visual Studio Code. Okay. This is another editor where you can use. So this is a small program which I've written here. Okay. But I prefer PyCharm, which is this one. Okay. And here we can do programming. Here, what happens when you create PyCharm and when you say file new. Okay. Let's say I want to start a new file. So you have to select which file you want to do, HTML or Python or whatnot. We want Python, right? So I'll click on Python. And then I will say here, prog1. And I hit enter. So what happened? Prog1 got saved in this folder where my PyCharm is installed. PROGC, prog1. This is what I created just now. Okay. And then when you write your program will be saved on your local machine only. It will not be saved on internet.
Okay.
Okay, so if you want to do something confidential, some task, of course, Colab is not the option. You don't want your program to be on internet, right? So, but let's say if you want to do some programming where you want to show to the world, right? Generally, see these days, okay, people use GitHub and other location to share their code, saying, see, I'm looking for, let's say I'm looking for a job in Python, okay? Now, when I tell to the people that I know Python, okay, so there are many people who will claim to know Python, but how will they know how good I am with Python? So I will say, this is my GitHub location. Please go and check my GitHub location. You can see my programs which I have done in Python. You can see the programs. So in a way, you are sharing your program to the world so that they know your skills of Python. It's not confidential, but you will do it in a smarter way so that people will see how good you are at programming, and then they will call you for interview, right? So GitHub has become a like resume for people. GitHub has become like resume for people. Okay. So, instead of, sending a PDF resume, you say, this is my GitHub account. You can check my programs, and people will, see how well you have done, and they will call you for interview. So that's the whole purpose of using GitHub. Okay. So there is a special meaning. There is a special reason why people will still use public places to share their screen. Okay. But most of the time you don't want to share your screen. You want to, keep your program to yourself. That's when Visual Studio Code or PyCharm will be helpful, not Colab. So Colab is its own advantage. Visual Studio Code and JetBrains PyCharm has its own advantage. But it doesn't really matter. Python code will remain same wherever and you type. Python is Python, right? It's not impacted by PyCharm or Visual Studio Code or Colab. Okay, it has same code. So it doesn't matter which editor you use. Just like some people are comfortable using, like I'm comfortable using PyCharm. So, I continue to use PyCharm only.
Okay.
Okay. Now, so I'm going to show you how to run program in PyCharm. So I created a file called prog1.py, and I'm going to say print 5 plus 3. And I'm going to say print quotation 5 plus 3. Now I go right click on program. First time when you're running the file, you right click and then say run prog1. When you click on run prog1, see at the bottom screen, you will see the output.
Right.
Okay. At bottom screen, you will see the output. Now see, same output you are getting. 8 and 5 plus 3, isn't it?
Right.
5 plus 3 means you have to solve it. 5 plus in quotation means print as it is.
Correct.
Okay. So this is how, you need to download various software and start working on your program.
Okay.
Any questions so far?
No. First we have to download Python. Then
Yes.
then we have to download
PyCharm.
PyCharm, and
Yes.
after that.
That's it. Only 2 software.
Okay.
Okay. So I was saying that you can download PyCharm or Visual Studio Code or something. It's or. Okay. You can choose one editor and obviously Python. So Python is must. So first thing I download is Python. And second thing is the editor that will connect and you'll work with Python, right? So those 2 things together.
Okay.
All good? Any questions here?
No. Good.
Good. Perfect. Okay, so now we will start programming. Okay, and next few days, okay, at least I would say 15 days or so, 15-20 days, our focus will be on Python only. Okay.
Okay.
How to do so. Python is a tool using which we will have to perform other activities. So you need to learn how to use tool. Okay. So first topic is Python, and okay, maybe 15, 17, 18 hours or something. We'll be see, everything is based on Python. So, you'll be doing everything in Python, even machine learning in Python. So we are going to do Python entire period. But first 15 hours focus is purely Python, how to use Python.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you done
Okay.
programming before in any language? In any language?
No.
Okay. Which is good because people who have done programming other language, right? They find it difficult to use Python. And those who have not done programming before, they find it easy to work with Python. Okay. So yes, Java is similar to C++. So if you have done C++ programming, Java becomes easy. But Python is totally different than any other programming language. Okay. So if you have done C++, Java, you'll have a lot more questions to ask. Okay. So yes, if you have not done programming, it is better. It is good in a way. Okay. So let's see what I'm doing. Okay. So we have learned our first command, which is print. Okay. And I told you Python is case sensitive. Case sensitive means command, if it says small case, you have to type in small case only. Okay. If it says capital case, you have to type in capital case only. Okay. You cannot change the case. Now, when you go to database later, okay, you'll see that database is case insensitive. Okay. So Python is case. Case means uppercase, lowercase. Case sensitive. SQL, which is database programming, which we'll do next topic, is case insensitive. Make sense?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So, okay. So now we discussed that print 5 plus 3 is 8, but quotation is this. You can use both of these together. You can use quotation as well as without quotation in same print. So if you're using multiple values in the print, you have to separate them by comma. If you're using multiple values together, you have to separate them by comma. So I can write same thing like this. Print 5 plus 3 equal to. When I say 5 plus 3 equal to, it will print as it is, correct? Now I will say, okay, I mean, just to show you, you will get 5 plus 3 equal to. Now I will say comma. Then the next set of value. You can have any number of values in print. So first set of value, comma, second set, comma, third, comma, fourth, comma, fifth, so on. You can put any number. So here I will say 5 plus 3 equal to, quotation close, comma. And then here I can say 5 plus 3 without quotation. Okay. If I say 5 plus 3 without quotation, it should give me the output of this. So when you run it, you see, you get 5 plus 3 equal to 8.
Okay.
Right? Now let
Yes.
me run this program again. Okay. So you get 5 plus 3 equal to 8. Okay. Now, these are called as constant. Constant means what? The value does not change, right? So if I say 10 plus 3, I'll get 13, right? If I say 15 plus 3, okay, I'll put here 15 and here I'll put 15 also. So 15 plus 3 means it is 18. Value will not change, right? Now, let's say you are using this 15 at different places. You are doing 5 plus 3 or 15 plus 3. You are doing 15 minus, okay, this is how you write minus. 15 minus 3. You are doing 15 into 3. You want to multiply, okay? 15 into 3, and you're doing 15 by, by 3. 15 divided by 3. Okay? So
Okay.
I've done this, okay? And when I run it, I'll get the value, right? 15 plus 3, 18, 12, 45, 5, etc. Okay. Now let's say that I want to change it to 16. I want to change the value from 15 to 16. I will have to change so many places. I will have to change almost like 8 places. Okay. Again, you run, and now this time it is 18, 20, 30, 40, 100. So your values you have to manually change every time. Okay. So it is a double task, right? Changing it again and again. So what we do is, instead of using constant, okay, constant means fixed value, we will use a variable. So variable is a reference, or it has a value. So what I mean to say here is, instead of saying 15 plus 15 plus 15 plus, I will say num equal to 15. And now instead of 15, here everywhere I'll put num. Here also what I'll do, I'll put num, comma, divide by 3. So num will be printed because it is outside. It will be printed with the value, okay? and inside as it is, correct? Okay, so 15 plus 3, you get 18, 12, 45, 5. Tomorrow I didn't like 15, I'll say 18. Automatically everything is showing 18, isn't it? This is the
Yes.
power of using variables.
Okay.
Constant means value is fixed every time. So you have to change, you have to go and change every time. Change here, there, everywhere. And the chances are that you might miss some. There may be 20 and you change only 18. So other two will give wrong answer. Instead, what we do is we declare a variable. This is the property of any programming language. You declare a variable and then you assign a value to the variable and use that variable name everywhere. Right?
Okay.
So tomorrow, if you need to change the value of, this from 18 to 30, you simply go and say num equal to 30. Okay, and you get this. Not this. You have to run it to get it, right? You get this. Clear?
Clear.
We'll stop here for today. Okay. I just want you to make sure that I'll give you this program. You will get this video as well. Okay, watch the video, make your system ready, run this small program to see if everything is working on your machine.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll
Okay.
stop here for today. We'll see you tomorrow at the same time.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Take care. You're welcome.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.